Okay guys, in this video we're going to be comparing three different cameras. Those cameras are going to be the Canon R8, the Sony a7 IV and the Canon R6 Mark II. Let's get into it. Okay guys, so like we just mentioned, we are going to be comparing three different cameras today. That is going to be the Canon R8, the Canon R6 Mark II and the Sony a7 IV. Now we're going to be comparing these three cameras in a variety of different areas to find out which one comes out on top. So let's start with the Canon R8. So why is the Canon R8 better than the other two? So to start off with, it's actually a little bit lighter than the other two. So it comes in at only 461 grams and therefore its overall volume is quite a bit less. Now another thing that I like about the R8 is that it has first party support for live streaming. Now a camera that supports live streaming can be used to broadcast video to certain platforms via first party apps. So maybe if you have a YouTube channel, the Canon R8 might just be the one to go. Now it also has two microphones. Now more microphones result in better sound quality and enable the device to filter out background noise, which is really good. Now let's move on to the Canon R6 Mark II. So why is the R6 Mark II better than the other two? So to start off with, it has more focus points. It actually has 4,897 focus points, which is absolutely incredible, when compared to the Canon R8's 1053 and the Sony a7 IV's 759. Both of those are amazing, but the R6 Mark II really just take it to another level. Now the R6 Mark II also has the best continuous shooting at highest resolution, coming in at 40 frames per second, and it also can combine image stabilization. Now the camera can utilise the camera's in-body stabilisation and lens-based optical stabilisation simultaneously. This allows you to achieve even more stops of stabilisation compared to a camera that can only use one or the other, so that's really important to know. Now let's move on to the Sony a7 IV. So why is the Sony a7 IV better than the other two? Well, to start off with, it has more megapixels in that main camera there, coming in at 33 megapixels versus the 24.2 of both the R8 and the R6 Mark II. It also has a little bit of a better battery, coming in at 2,280 milliamps per hour. Now a feature that I like about all three of these is they all have a hot shoe. Now a hot shoe is a type of shoe that is capable of transmitting digital data and power, which allows it to support additional accessories. For example, a microphone doesn't have to be connected by a cable and can be directly recorded by a digital audio signal to the camera, so that's really handy. You don't have all them cables dangling everywhere. The hot shoe, essentially, it's that clip on top of the camera there. And a hot shoe is something that can connect the electronics, and a cold shoe is just something that can be mounted. So a hot shoe connects all the electronics, so you can have like a flash and a microphone and things like this. And all three of these cameras do come with that hot shoe, so that's a really good important factor to know. Okay, so when comparing between these three, I can recommend them all. They're absolutely fantastic, and I think all three are probably suited for more the intermediate photographer or the intermediate filmmaker, someone who's maybe already dipped their toe into the waters of this world. They are quite high end, but they're absolutely fantastic. I can highly recommend all three of them.